Welcome on into the Purple Penguin Craft Room. I'm Vicky, and today we are going to be doing a wall hanging. So we're going to make it to where this goes on the wall. And we're just going to make it really super quick and simple. It's just going to have a pocket on it. So we're just going to go ahead. This is just some pallet wood that I got actually free. Obviously it's pallet wood. It is super beat up and everything. I just cut it to be able to do this project. We're just going to make this super easy and simple. I got this burlap. It was from Joann's from a long time ago. It was actually on the yardage. So I had them cut me, I think I had like 10 yards of it or something. I had a bunch. So I just cut a square. And this is roughly a 12 by 12 square. You can do whatever size pocket you want. Totally up to you. Obviously, you know, it's going to be kind of messy if you use the burlap. But you can get burlap ribbon. You can get burlap in any size, any color. Or you don't even have to use burlap on this. You could use fabric if you wanted to do that. Now, this one just happens to be on the end of the bolt, and so it's got like a sewn side to it, which makes it to where it doesn't fray or anything. So that's not a bad idea. However, I'm going to kind of do this a little bit different. We're just going to take this, and I want it to be a little poofy. So we're just going to get it to where it kind of poofs out a little bit. So I'm just going to roll it. 3/4 of the way. We're going to roll it again so it holds it like a seam. And then we're going to go probably a good a third of the way up on our project here. And then what we're going to do is flip it over. We're going to hold it here. This is where we want our pocket, but we want it to just, we want to flip it over like so. And all we're going to do is just take some of our tacky glue here. And we're just going to make it to where we can glue it down. Okay, so I glued here, and I glued on the bottom as well. But basically what I did was on the bottom piece, before I folded it up, I cut at an angle, like so, and like so, just so that when you fold it up, it kind of comes inward so the flaps aren't hanging over the edge. So hopefully that makes sense to everybody. And voila, now we have our pocket. And I left a little bit of play just so that we could stick things in there, because that's how I want to do it. Now, I will point out, I did not do anything to this wood whatsoever. I left it natural. It is beat up. It's, you know, I didn't even stain it. I really wanted this to just stay as natural as possible, just because that's the look I was going for with this as well. So let's go ahead and we're going to move this down. We're going to put a hanger in. So we're just going to take our handy dandy Dremel here. And I usually on my Dremel have a 1/8 of an inch tip on it, drill bit. And that's just typically the size that I use, but probably could use a little bit larger for this project. But we're just going to use this one for now. And if I need to get a larger one, I will. So I did the holes here and here. Now, I typically don't measure. That's just me. But I definitely wanted to go in to where you're not too close to the top, but not too close to the side, because you don't want any pieces of wood to kind of break off from being too close. So definitely, this is probably about, say about 1/2 inch in on each direction, roughly. Like I said, I could measure it, but just chose not to. This is rusty wire that I got from Amazon. I believe it's 20 or 18 gauge. have this 20 or 18 gauge. So it's really thin. It's really thin wire, but I like the rusty part of it. It looks really rusty too. So I kind of like that. So we're going to, I can't, okay. Can't get any more out of it right now without unwinding the whole thing, which I really don't want to do right now. We're just going to go ahead, I'm going to stick it, we're going to stick it through the back. This one. And I want to stick enough through because I want to give it some curly cues. So we want to go ahead, enough through, but I want to wrap it around here at the top. Just to kind of hold it. Just going to take like a pencil or something, and we're just going to make some curly cues with it. Now, I want to decide how long I want it. I don't want a huge hanger part on it. Just maybe about there's probably going to work. Just probably cut it here. And we can cut off any extra. So I don't really need it to be that big of a hanger. I like a little curlies on it. Looks good. Like that. So we got our hanger on it now. Now I want to do a little decorating on it before we start putting things in it. So I've got let's pull ribbon first, and this is just from Hobby Lobby. Just actually in the sewing section. So it's not even for Valentine's Day or anything specific. So sometimes, they may or may not have it. I like to get Hobby Lobby stuff, especially the ribbon, when it goes on sale. So I definitely always check the ribbon section when it goes on sale. Just makes it easier. Now on this, we're not going to get super crazy with this, honestly. I want to keep this really, really super simple. And I don't want to make it too tight so that we can't get our stuff in here. So we're just going to kind of do this loosely. We're just going to do a knot. We're not even going to tie this. I don't think I want to tie it. There we go. Oops. I always do that. I always do the wrong direction. I don't know why I always do the wrong direction there. Alright. So we'll just keep that simple like that. If it doesn't stay on, we can just tack it down with some glue. I think it'll be okay. Like that. And then I want to do a little, I've got this little mini wood heart. I think I want to stick that either in the corner or up here. I'm kind of thinking up here. We'll stick that, oh, maybe not. I've got these little felt. These are almost like a foam kind of felt hearts. I kind of like these. Now I'm not sure how much of this you're going to be able to see up here. But I think we're going to do that. We're going to take we're going to take our tacky glue. Just glue these down. Like I said, it's kind of like a foam kind of felt stuff. I got them at Hobby Lobby. Had these. And they've had them for quite a few years in a row. So sometimes I like to get more because I like using these. And I think along with that, we're going to put one, I'm going to put one down here in the corner. All right, so we've got that one down here in the corner, and then we've got these guys up here at the top. Now we need stuff in the middle. So let's start with our greens first. I've got a couple different greens that I got around Christmas time. I like to get greens stuff around Christmas time from Hobby Lobby because they put it all on sale. Like I like to get it when it's the 70 or 80%. Like I said, it's greens, so typically, you know, you can use it year round. However, for whatever reason, they think it's just Christmas. So this bush would have been $6.99, but I know I paid like less than $1. So just keep your eye out. And we're just going to keep this super simple. Not even maybe too tall. Shove it down in there as far as we want. At this point, you can go with this and make this as wild and crazy as you want. Totally up to you. I do have this other green. Again, this is also an evergreen. Same thing. Also from Hobby Lobby. But I think we're going to go with this bush. Now I've got some little white flowers I might stick in there. But I also have some of these foam hearts. These are from the Dollar Tree, and I took them off. Actually, I had plucked them off of their stems only because I was going to use them in a different project, and I ended up not using them for that project. So these are actually wrapped wire, green wrapped floral wire that I've using to put in my hearts. And I'm just kind of estimating about how far in I want, or how long I want the stems to be. All right, so from here, I think I do want to, I don't know if I want to put little flowers in here or not. I'm kind of on the edge of maybe we could stick them in here and see what it looks like. Like I said, none of this is glued in here or permanent, so we can just take it out if you decide I don't like it later. No big deal. I like a little white up there. That's kind of cute. Okay, so we are done. That is super easy, super quick. Like I said, you can change out all of this for whatever reason. You can change this. Like I said, this is not tied down. I do like the little hearts here and here. Very cute, especially if you had two of them on the side of a picture frame or something. Keep on coming back for more at the Purple Penguin Craft Room. Happy crafting.